Now, the best thing like I said, can happen is Mac get this fire lit under him and totally understand that nothing is given in the NFL. Well, KJ, he was a Pro Bowler last year. Okay, I'm going to show you how Pro Bowling really doesn't mean a whole lot of things once you start looking back. So let's go 5 years ago. Who was on the Pro Bowl 5 years ago that was quarterback, because Mac Jones was there last year? So in 2017, here are your Pro Bowl quarterbacks. Tom Brady, Carson Wentz, we see that where that's going. Alex Smith, yeah, they're chiseling out his bus already in Canton. Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Phillip Rivers, and Russell Wilson. I did say Jared Goff was a Pro Bowl. He's been a Pro Bowler. But Mac was a Pro Bowler doing the gritty. And I don't really buy the whole thing that people are turning against Mac because his head's getting bigger. I think that's a little pro wrestling there more so than it is, real wrestling. So let's go 5 years before that. 10 years ago, who was a Pro Bowl quarterback? Because Mac Jones is a Pro Bowl quarterback, Peyton Manning, okay. Tom Brady, okay. Aaron Rodgers, okay. Matt Ryan, okay. Andrew Luck, okay. Matt Schaub, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Russell Wilson, Robert Griffin III. My point being, and I'll get to what was 15 years ago in a second, is there's always going to be one or two at the Pro Bowl that nobody really loses sleep over at the end of the day. 15 years ago, Brady, Favre, Matt Hasselbeck, Peyton Manning, Tony Romo, Derek Anderson, Ben Roethlisberger, Jeff Garcia. This is what I mean. Sometimes when you're at Alabama and you don't have to compete for your starting job, you feel like you're privileged. When you get to the NFL and in preseason you play all your snaps with second and third stringers against other teams, second and third stringers, the whole preseason, and then when the start of the season starts, the starter's cut and you're the guy. I don't hear fighting out and beating out for a position. It now makes you wonder about that first Buffalo game where Bill refused to throw. At one point, ran the ball 30 straight times. There were some fan base, some people outside of the fan base were saying, well, that's indicative of what they really think of your quarterback if they won't take a chance, where I thought it was hilarious because, they really got Pop Warner, Buffalo did. But ever since then, it seems like the cat's been out the bag and kind of the joke is on the fan base. Mac is nothing really to write home about yet. So against this Brady versus Zappy thing, I'm sorry, not Brady. How did that slip out? It's not even close.
You must really miss him, don't you?
I kind of, I don't, there's always going to be this part of the fan base that says none of this would have to happen if Bill just paid Tom his daggone $25 million a year, which is absolutely cheap. Probably lower than Jared Goff. Look, when you're talking Mac versus Zappy, you're really talking about mediocrity versus someone who's already showing you that they're possibly above average in a backup, the third string. It almost makes you wonder a little bit like, wow, what would have happened if he was the second string during camp and not Brian Hoyer? Are we having a different conversation already? Would this be a conversation that the fan base has been having all along?